Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, because it's time to announce to all of you the finalists for the Ruskin of the Year 2025. So sit back, relax, and I'll start yapping. So, recently I did upload this video. I asked everybody, hey, could you please offer 3 suggestions for what you would consider to be the Ruskin of the Year? Now, your reasons for picking those skins could be totally up to you. Perhaps it's an exquisite piece of art, or perhaps it actually gives you a nice advantage. Some transparency in all the right places. Oh, yes, perhaps that. Maybe a nice bit of camouflage. Oh, or simply because you just happen to like it because it's goofy. You didn't have to actually give me a reason. Just tell me 3 different skins. But of course, there were some conditions. It couldn't be a Twitch drop. It couldn't be a kick drop. It couldn't be made by Facepunch themselves. It had to be made by a skin creator. And so, of course, many people did offer their suggestions, and thank you very much to everyone who did. I've got all your names listed. Don't you worry. We will be doing the raffle to showcase who has won those Surgeon Scrubs, but we will we'll be saving that for when we actually announce who's actually won the Ruskin of the Year. Sorry about that, gotta wait a little bit longer, but hey, I can confirm we have 8 finalists. Are you ready to see who potentially could be the Ruskin of the Year for 2025? Now, just a quick warning, if you're a streamer, your email will be showcased on stream. It will be visible. So if that's something you don't want to be seen, maybe just scroll down and then look at the screen. Just giving you all a heads up, right? And of course, if you're watching right now, you will need a Gmail account. But, you know, if you've got a YouTube account, you've got it already set up. So you will need a Gmail account to be able to interact with this. And now, let us unveil the finalists. Scroll, 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 scroll. The first 2 candidates, we have Mr. Chick Rock. This was an Easter skin for 2025. It did not sell that much. But as time has passed on, a few very silly people, they've taken a liking to this, and they won't shut up about it, and to my disappointment, it's managed to win. I'm being silly, but yes, it's got a bit of a cult following, and people have started to show their appreciation for it, so much so that it's now one of the finalists for the Ruskin of the Year. So, if that's your consideration, well, you're more than welcome to vote. But, in comparison, we also happen to have the Seeker MP5. Now, when this appeared, that basically kick-started Seeker summer, because, well, from there, we were expecting like a whole bunch more of these Seeker weapon skins being accepted. But notably, this MP5 has the most transparency out of all MP5s on the AIM site. This sold an absolute ridiculous amount. It did about 65,000 subscribers, and, well, more likely, there's probably 100,000 of these in the game. But nothing compares to it. Nothing contests it. That has the most transparency. And, well, currently right now, you'll see that it's actually managed to go back up in price. Because, again, nothing compares to it. At one point, 2,000 listings on the Steam market. Right now, less than 400. Because the demand is that strong. And I'm not surprised to see that's potentially the Ruskin of the Year. I should also remind you, last year, Ruskin of the Year for 2024, it was the Respawn Allegory Fresco rug made by Mr. Vase. Well, the Seeker collection also happens to be made by Mr. Vase, which is quite a coincidence because, oh look, there's another one. So, I can confirm Seeker SAR has also managed to get enough suggestions to also be a finalist. You might be surprised by that, but can confirm both the Seeker skins. Oh, they got a lot of suggestions. But which one is your favourite? Between these 2, which one would you vote for? Oh my, well, that's for your consideration. Now, don't reveal what you voted for in the chat and your comments. Keep it to yourself. But you can, like, talk about some nice things in regards to these skins if you so wish. And over to here, you might consider it a representative of its collection, but Island Assault Tier 3 armor, yep, you could potentially vote for that as well. Grey out, ha ha ha, but seriously, we did get quite a lot of skins. Unfortunately, we didn't get the jacket. Although, maybe we could see it in the future, we shall see, we shall see. But that has been appreciated a lot. The prices of those skins did go up very nicely during the summer. They did drop off somewhat recently, but they are starting to climb back up again. Perhaps if we were to see that being the winner, maybe we could finally get that jacket skin accepted. We'll see. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Can confirm we also happen to have the Mystic Tree Garage store. This was in the very first Rust store of 2025. That sold a lot. That did like 37,000 subscribers. It's not the skin that sold the most, but it's definitely one of the garage doors this year that actually managed to stay in the positive. We saw 39 garage doors in 2025. Yet that one, that is the one that's basically been in a positive throughout all of this year. Perhaps that might be the winner. Oh, well, you can tell me if you want to. Feel free to go ahead and vote. Or, potentially, you might like the Olympus Revolver to be the winner. This came out somewhat recently. It's got a lovely bit of pearlescent white with some gold trim, but that aim sight, that revolver has the most transparency out of all revolvers. But not everybody liked what it looked like. And perhaps that might be the reason why you probably don't want to vote for it. Don't worry, we'll showcase these weapon skins and, of course, all of these other skins in a second. But yes, will you be voting for this? Or, scroll, will you be voting for the Sinotype Firearms large box? Again, perhaps you could consider this the representative of its collection. After 3 years, we finally got another storage collection being added to Rust, the Sinotype collection, but it all started with the Firearms large box. So if you appreciated that whole collection that came out over the course of, 4 months throughout this year, then, well, consider showing your support to this. Or potentially, I did mention it with the Island Assault collection, if this just so happens to become the skin of the year, Temple Tier 3 armor, perhaps it might sway Face Punch to finally consider accepting Temple Tier 2 or Temple Hoodie and Pants. What do you reckon, huh? Well, there's your 8 finalists. Which one's going to be the winner? What do you reckon? Go ahead, look in the description right now. You will see the link. Follow through with all the details. Vote for the one skin. One vote, please. One skin that you deem the skin of the year for 2025. And in about 10 days' time, as of the 9th of January, I'll stop taking the votes. And that weekend, I will announce the winner. But of course, if you're still confused, if you're still unsure who you want to vote for, let's hop in game and give these skins a lovely good look. Okay, so we're in game. We will be showcasing all these weapons and tools in a second, but of course, we'll be showcasing the deplorables and the clothing armor first. So, alright, don't worry about these. So let's now pan over to here and showcase the Temple Tier 3 first. So, this was a massive surprise to us when we saw this being accepted. But I guess you could say we're just not that surprised to find out that the Tier 2 and the Hoodie and Pants have been accepted. I was only joking when I said maybe if you vote for this, Face Punch might get the hint that you actually want to see more of it. We'll see, but hey, a lot of people bought it. It sold a very, very reasonable amount, and to this day it's still in the positive. People have been itching and yearning for some more approachable, more affordable green clothing and armour. Well, maybe that's the reason why loads of people voted for it. Now, if I could just make it night time. I'm standing right next to the lights. If you can recall, it doesn't really reflect that much. And of course, when we look at it in total darkness, you'll see for yourselves it doesn't glow in the dark or anything. And so that, perfect. But will we ever see more of it? That's the question. The main point of this is, would you consider that to be your skin of the year for 2025? Now, as we pan over to here, this kind of has the advantage of having a very large collection that followed it. Like I said, I get the feeling people are probably treating this as the representative of the Sinotype collection. Now, for what it is, it still looks very nice. I remember when we first saw this in the Rust store, and we started questioning, is this actually intending to be like a storage collection? Well, we didn't see any other skins in the workshop for a while, did we? But then eventually we did. And eventually, after 3 whole years, we finally saw another storage collection being added to Rust. So we're grateful for it, I guess you could say. But do you honestly consider this to be your skin of the year? Nighttime look with the lights on nearby. Somewhat reflective. Not too bad, not too bad. Bright and noticeable. The only issue people have had with this is because when you store it away, a lot of people can't read what it says. It says G-U-N-S. Guns. And yet to this day, people still can't read it. It's actually in English. It's just a very stylized text. Anyway, pitch black darkness. It is ever so nice and bright and noticeable. So, what do you reckon? Will you be voting for this? We'll wait and see. Right then. Next, another piece of armour to showcase to you. Perhaps it's the representative of the Island Assault collection. We pretty much got all the bits and pieces. We've got boots, we've got gloves, we've got Tier 2, we've got Hoodie and Pants, and of course we had the Tier 3 armour right here as well. And when I first saw this, I was making jokes. I was like, oh, this is clearly the henchman set. They're all geared up and ready to protect whatever they need to protect. But honestly, people have been respecting it, appreciating it, and right now the prices are starting to improve ever so nicely. Do you happen to appreciate the quote-unquote grey out collection? Feel free to comment below. And of course, let's just get a good look at you at night time as well. So that. Not too reflective either here. I mean, the little trinkets he has seem to reflect a little bit, but alright, not going to complain. Total darkness, please. Alright, no glow-in-the-dark pieces or anything. A perfectly fine look and design, but does it get your vote? Feel free to comment below. And now let's just pan over to here, because you could clearly see it. Oh my. Well, that's a very interesting looking specimen. What do you reckon? Were you a fan of this garage door? Do you like what you see? Because that right there is a very bright, very noticeable looking garage door. That is looking very, 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 very impressive. And there's a reason why. This is one of the few garage doors this year that have actually stayed in the positive. So let's just move the sun around. Just get a good look at that reflection. Come on, don't be shy, son. Move. Oh, I've probably reached the limit. That's probably the reason. You can only go around so much. No, we're good. Are we? No, we're not. Okay, so let's go all the way around. Makes it glow there. That's pretty cool. Come on. Just a little bit more sun. Sometimes he doesn't work very well with me. Oh my, look at the reflection there. Oh wow, there. That's looking pretty. That's nice. So, are you a fan of what you see here? Well, consider voting for it. Props to Kelmo. That is a very nice looking skin. He did try to make some collection continuations, but yeah, they weren't accepted. Perhaps you voting for this. Face Punch might get the hint. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, lights on as well. Nighttime again. Even at nighttime with the lights on, the gold shines ever so nicely. So, I think we've got some pretty cool looking skins. But of course, don't forget, we also had to showcase the weapons and the tools. So you might not notice it on the form, but everything should be in alphabetical order. Now over to here, Chick Rock, Mr. Chick Rock. Get a good look at that in third person. Now some of you might be questioning, hey, does it glow in the dark or anything? Well, let's just go ahead and find out. Can confirm based on what I see here. I cannot see it. It does not glow. So, alright, fair enough. Understood. So that looks perfectly fine to me. Let's now go ahead. Hold it in my hands. Oh, look at him. Give him a good pat in the head. Go on. There you go. Lovely stuff. So, yep. Cute, silly little design. This was an Easter skin for 2025. Nighttime look. Let's just get a good look at you. And, yeah. Nightlight is very good with this. However, did you notice in third person that we couldn't see a thing? Nightlight is only seen by the person who's holding the thing. So if you're ever worried, oh, this white design might be noticed at nighttime by other people, no. They cannot see that. Only you can. And this is the advantages of nightlight. But then again, this is a rock, so I'm sure you understand. So yeah, somewhat reflective. Look at those beady eyes. Oh yes. Now let's just kind of like stand like, and boom. Right. So let's get up nice and close. Pull back a bit. So, do you consider this to be the Ruskin of the year for 2025? Let's wait and see what the votes look like. Next up, we have a very special looking design. Made by Vase. Get a good look at that green sheen in the sunlight. Look at the Predator. With a very interesting yellow, orange, pinks and purples. A very unique approach. But it's that. Now you realise why so many people appreciate this skin. The amount of transparency it has is pretty ridiculous. So as I said, made by Vase. The skin creator who just so happened to have won the Ruskin of the Year for 2024 last year. Could it be 2 in a row? Well, we'll see. Now, if I could just quickly go in third person, let's just get a good pan around shot of this. Exquisite piece of work. Absolute lovely art. But I'm aware not everybody happens to be a fan of it. You can offer your opinion if you so wish. Feel free to comment below. But to all the people who have been appreciating this for a very long time, or you know, at least half a year, perhaps this is worthy of your vote. Perhaps you deem this the Ruskin of the Year for 2025. Now let's just reload. In comparison to a standard MP5, you'll immediately notice the advantages it offers to you. So yeah, that's fine. I'm sure we've all seen an MP5. But in comparison to this, so much of that is quote-unquote cut out. If anything's just made transparent is what I should say. But yeah, a lot of people have been appreciating it. It's sold an absolutely absurd amount. And yet still, as of now, the 29th of December 2025, the price is going up. Because nothing compares to it. At one point, 2,000 of these were on the Steam market. Now, just under 400. Now, of course, it's not just the advantage of the transparency. Its strange colour scheme also gives it an advantage at night time. Oh. Yeah. The weird bits of yellows, the pinks, it's noticeable. I can see my aim sight perfectly at night time. It's not glow in the dark, it's just good night light. So yeah, what do you reckon? Is this worthy of your vote? Let's just get a good look at this at night time and the lights. Next striker pose. There were many heat seeker weapons that were produced this year. Not all of them were accepted, and yet still we saw quite a lot of them being accepted. This one right here, this is the one that sold the most. Can you blame people, I guess you could say? And if nothing else compares to this, if we never see like a Twitch drop or a kick drop, or let alone another MP5 in a Rust store with this amount of transparency, slowly, little by little, it will keep just going up and up and up in price. And so that, let's now go ahead and showcase the next weapon skin. Speaking of the Heat Seeker collection, oh, what came before the MP5 was the SAR. Now, when we saw this being accepted, nothing compared to this. Again, a nice little showcase, comparing to a standard SAR. Yeah, a perfectly fine rusty looking design right there. With this right here, and we've already seen the design, you just saw it on the MP5. Heat Seeker collection had the same colour scheme, the same tiger, but all the transparent designs did vary. And this right here just so happened to be the absolute best transparent sight we ever saw on a SAR up to this point. But what then followed was the Bellum Spanish event. Do you remember that? They got a Twitch drop accepted, which had the exact same transparency. So if you ever go look at its sales history, initially it's doing very well for itself, and then it drops off because, well, the Twitch drop appeared. But then after that, we didn't see like another one being accepted in a Rust store. So it just gradually went back up in price, and right now it's doing very well for itself. Give it time, if nothing else is introduced or accepted, this very likely will also be going up in price. But it did initially have that little blip where a special Twitch drop was given away for absolutely free that had the exact same amount of transparency. So, alright, cool. Nighttime look, and you'll notice, oh, yeah, that's pretty good nightlight. Yes, it is. Just to repeat, this isn't glowing in the dark. The nightlight is just very, very, very good. So, okay, fair enough. How about we get a nice little pan shot around? So, let's get up nice and close. Nice green reflection. Let's go over to here. So, are you a fan of the Heat Seeker collection? Are you struggling to consider which one you want to vote for? I don't blame you. But I will sit here and say this. They got a lot of suggestions. You might be surprised. Oh, Hedge, how come you're showcasing 2 Heat Seeker skins? Because they both got a lot, and I'm not joking, a lot of suggestions. People could not keep mentioning it. So, it's in, it's here, but which one do you happen to love the most? Nighttime look as well. Right, let's go over to here. Aim down. Quite shiny. Yes, indeed. Strike a pose. So, could this be the one? What do you reckon? Feel free to comment below. And now, let's go ahead and showcase the final weapon skin. And for last, the Olympus Revolver. Now, a lot of people, they were quite vocal sitting there and saying they don't like what happened here. Normally you have like a square sort of piece right where the gold is, just below the red tip there. And yeah, some people are like, it looks too odd, it looks too weird. And now that you notice it, are you a fan of what you see there? But then again, the transparency, but it gives me an advantage, especially in comparison to a standard revolver. Yep, look at that. So quite a lot of other revolvers just like remove the 2 like prongs to the sides. Nope, this one went a step above, and yeah. I was kind of surprised to see that actually being accepted, but hey, you know, it happened. Yes, we did have the Heat Seeker Revolver before this. At one point, the Heat Seeker Revolver was selling for about $9. This appeared. Heat Seeker Revolver went all the way down to about half its price. Oh, it has recovered a little bit, but it hasn't been the same price since then. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, for what it is, pretty cool. No complaints here. And, of course, nighttime look. Aim down. Is it noticeable? the body of it is, and I can also see the aim sight. Yep, that is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty special. It hasn't gone up in price that much because it also did like, well, got close to 40,000 subscribers. I don't remember the specific number, but it definitely had a lot more compared to Heatseeker, for example. And it's definitely the highest ever selling revolver skin we've ever seen. Let's just get a good third-person view. Let's just get a nice pen shot. The lovely marble white. The very reflective and shiny gold trim. Oh, yes, what a specimen it is. What a specimen it is. However, do you consider it to be the Ruskin of the year for 2025? What do you think? Well, let's go ahead and hop on stage. Lights off, please. Is it reflective? Come on now, look at it. Of course it is. Right, let's go over to here. Do you think this could be the skin of the year for 2025? If yes, well, consider getting your vote down. And so with that, let's now wrap up the video. So, thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget, if you want to take part, if you want to vote, you're going to need to sign into your Gmail account. If you're also streaming, if you're recording a video yourself, looking at it, don't forget your email will show up, okay? So be prepared for such a thing. And yeah, if you're planning to vote for something, maybe keep it to yourself. I can't stop you from like announcing what you voted for, but let's just kind of keep it secret. I'll let all the votes flow through. And of course, I'll stop counting them as of the 9th of January 2026. And I'll announce the winner over the course of that weekend. Who's going to win? What do you reckon? And could we get some sequels for that collection afterwards? You know, might be pretty cool. Just saying, just saying. I should reiterate, this is not an official like competition or event or anything. This is just me. This is just my own community doing this ourselves. But hey, doesn't hurt to give like a shout out to some quality work. Thank you once again to all the Ruskin creators who produce some awesome pieces of work over the for the whole year, throughout the whole year of 2025. And let's look forward to plenty more very interesting quality pieces of work for 2026. Thank you very much for watching the video. Catch you later. See you and goodbye.